Today I'm going to talk to you about rape. We should call this Rape 101. I want you to open your mind. Be available to learn. Now, rape is the act of forcing sexual intercourse upon another person without their consent or against their will. The said person, it can be a man or a woman. But today, we're going to base our discussion on female rape or rape against the female. Consent is to express willingness, to give permission, to grant, to allow, to accent to something. A very wise author wrote this. What is consent? When it comes to sex, silence is not consent. Flirting is not consent. Being in a relationship is not consent. Consent for one thing is not consent for everything. I can consent to kiss you, but I cannot consent. It's possible that I refuse to consent to have sex with you. Dressing in sexy clothing is not consent. Having had sex before is not consent now. Being too drunk or high to say no is not consent. Being passed out is not consent. If a person is underage, it is not consent. Being afraid to say no is not consent. Making out is not consent. Going to a bedroom is not consent. Maybe is not consent. No is not consent. Sexual activity without consent is sexual assault. Consent is a voluntary, conscious, and mutual agreement to engage in sexual activity. Only yes is consent. Stop, ask, and listen before you proceed. A lot of men say it is not all men. You sound exactly like those white people who say all lives matter when black people are consciously fighting and using the hashtag Black Lives Matter. You're a rape apologist if you say someone was dressed in a particular way, that is why they got raped. If we're going to agree that the way you dress is the reason why you get raped, what do you have to say about babies, 2-year-olds, 4-year-olds, or the 12-year-old baby that got raped by 11 men? If you're going to say, what were you doing there? Or why were you there alone? What is your answer going to be for the young lady who was in church? People get raped at their houses. People get raped at schools. All of this is the fault of just one person, the rapist. If you ask any of the unnecessary questions anytime a rape victim comes out to say they've been raped, you're a rape apologist and you are as bad as the rapist. When we say no, men should stop raping women, we do not mean that every man is a rapist. We mean that you, who is the responsible one, who isn't a rapist, should call out the rapist in your circle. We mean that if you know somebody who is a rapist or who passes rapist jokes, you should call the person to order. How is it that every woman knows at least one other woman who has been sexually assaulted, or she herself has been assaulted, but no man knows any other man who is a rapist? Do you ever stop to question yourself? Do you ever call that friend to other who says someone has been dressed in a particular way? Now you are a rape apologist. If you say men get raped so often, it's not a man that has been reported in the past week. My heart breaks at the number. These numbers do not mean that these incidents have just been on the rise lately. No. What it means is that there have been more reported cases. Ask the woman in your life. Ask any woman around you if she has ever had any sexual encounter that she did not bargain for. You as a man, if you're walking home, say around 9 o'clock, do you get scared that you're going to get raped? But if you ask a woman what is her fear, she's going to say she's going to get scared that she's going to get robbed and raped. If you run a poll by men and ask them what is their worst fear about going to prison, aside from their freedom being taken away from them and their movement being restricted, the next thing they're scared of is they're getting raped by men. So they know exactly, these rapists know exactly what they're doing. That somebody came to visit you is not enough reason for you to have your way with them. And the most of these cases happen because these rapists know that once the victim comes out to talk about it, the next questions people are going to keep asking are, what was she doing there? Why did she go there alone? Most rape cases are perpetrated by 80% of people. 80% of rape cases are perpetrated by people that we hold close to us. People that we have known almost all our lives, that you never expected were going to do that to you. So this isn't even a matter of you didn't know the person and then you decided to visit the person. Cousins rape their female cousins. People that have been kept to take care of younger ones rape them. You're not going to tell me these children gave consent. And that somebody had sex with you before is not enough reason for you to force yourself on the person when the person is absolutely saying no. These things are simple. Some boys will say the whole incident is so complicated. I don't even know if I'm safe anymore. I don't know when a woman wants to have sex with me and when she doesn't want to have sex with me. It's very simple. I can decide to have sex with you now, and in the middle of it, if I change my mind and I say no, you are expected to stop. If you go ahead, that is rape. Girls, this is not the time to raise false rape alarm. This is not the time to take advantage and call out a relationship that has failed. There are consequences as well for false rape accusations, and you should be guided. Men, stop raping women. When she says no, she means no. It is simple. I don't understand how you go ahead to sleep with somebody when the person is actively saying no. How do you enjoy it? I can't even begin to think about the trauma that these babies, the young ones, you hear a story where a 60-year-old raped a 3-year-old. How? Why? Except somebody consciously tells you, I want to have sex with you, or agrees when you ask, please stay away. It is simple. This thing for you, it can be like, oh, it's just in the moment, it's going to be over. Once this is over, she's going to get over it. Some of you consciously do this thing and then you begin to apologize and feign like you're actually very sorry when you are not. You're just playing mind games with the person. You don't know the trauma these victims go through. You need to stop, and you need to call out anybody who is around you who is a perpetrator of this evil act. Stop victim blaming. When someone comes out to say they've been raped, don't ask unnecessary questions. The only question you should be asking is, where can we pick this person up? By pick the person up, I mean, where can we take this person to? What police station can arrest this person? Where is this person? Also, rape can be done even in a legal marriage. Some men think that because they've married a woman, it is okay, you have to have your way with her anytime you want it, anywhere you want it. This is wrong. That is rape. That is marital rape. That you're in a relationship with somebody does not mean the person has given you consent to have your way with them. If the person doesn't expressly say yes, do not go ahead. Some time ago, when the story of rape came about, somebody was asking silly questions and saying, oh, why did you do this? Why did you? The girl was being a rape apologist. And she was saying, why is the person just coming out now? This thing happened years ago. Why is it today the person is deciding to bring it to light? And unconsciously to him, his daughter was in a corner listening to him. And the daughter just gently said that her uncle raped her. Now the story changed. He was full of rage, asking where the man is. Oh, now it was not about why is the daughter just saying it now, when this thing happened long ago. Because he was home now, it was okay for him to react. It was okay for him to see that somebody can live with this trauma for years and not say anything. At any time the person decides to come out, it is okay. Don't ask unnecessary questions. Because of these questions that are asked, this is the reason why rape victims never come out to say what has happened to them. That someone consented to sex at 7 o'clock, 7 a.m. does not mean the person is consenting to sex at 7 p.m. We can have a discussion and have a very smooth chat where I'm agreeing that, oh yes, I want to have sex with you and all of that. And I might even come to your house and I'm still ready to do it. But at the point where we're about to engage in this act, I retrieve my consent. It is okay. It is fine. And you need to let the person be. That you have spent money on the person is not consent to sex. If you have spent money on the person and then the person you're in a secluded environment with this person and you try to have sex with the person and the person says no, leave the person alone. If you go ahead, it is rape. That someone had told you that I will have sex with you tomorrow, and as at tomorrow you begin to want, you get to the person and you want to engage this act, and the person says no. If you go ahead and you force yourself on that person, that is rape. Coercion is also a form of rape. If someone has said no to you before, it doesn't mean that you should begin to tell the person, to explain to the person what importance it is to have sex with you. That's coercion. And if you go ahead and this person now says, okay, and accepts, that's rape. This person is going to flash back to this moment and feel that, oh, I just did it because. And people will be asking, why did you not fight? Why didn't you struggle? Why didn't you kick? Why didn't you scream? Not everybody reacts the same way to violence. Someone's father might just die and the person will be calm. Also, another person's father might die and the person is wailing and shouting. Someone's father might die and the person will just be sobbing, and it is perfectly okay. You don't ask somebody, why did you react this way, or why didn't you react this way? Do you ever think of the fact that the person might be in shock because the person doesn't even understand that this person, this rapist, could do this to them? Do you think about the fact that the person might have been scared for their life? What if I scream and shout and this person now decides to harm me? Do you know that one of the tricks that rapists use is intimidation? And they will threaten you. And when little children are raped, why do you think that the children never come to their parents? Because they are worried. This person, the rapist, must have threatened their lives. And they will say, if you tell your mother, I will kill her. Do you know how the psyche of a child works? And you are making excuses for rapists, and you are saying that it's because of how someone was dressed. It's because of how where someone was. Do you know that girls do not live freely in their own houses that they paid rent in? because they are scared of what someone might come to do to them. Someone said on Twitter that she has her cousin come to her house almost every week so that her neighbors do not think that she lives alone. Someone tweeted a few days back that an accident came to work in her house and she had to tell the person that her husband was in the bathroom. Meanwhile, her husband was out. Just so she doesn't give ideas to the guy. Do you know how scary it is to be a woman? You have to watch where you go to. You have to watch what you eat. You have to watch what you drink. You have to watch who you talk to. Someone on the radio the other day said, when someone is asking you out, if a man is asking you out, you should not be rude. That sometimes when people are rude, that is why they get raped. Or if you're arguing with a man, argue with respect. If not, he's going to rape you. What is that? If you're arguing with a man and he argues back with you, or he shouts on you, or he's insultive, or he's rude, are you going to rape him? So what makes you feel that it's okay to rape a woman because she talked back at you? Stop raping women. Stop victim blaming. This thing has eaten so deep into the society. Some men just think that it's okay because they're a man, they can harass a woman. Because they're a man, they can do whatever, they can say whatever it is. The woman isn't going to do anything because she's a woman. Will you do the same thing to a man? Today is okay. Tomorrow we'll talk about misogynistic men and patriarchal men in our society. Thank you for watching.